All right, let's dive into something really profound today. We're going to unpack a single, powerful idea from the text, the rope over the machinery. It's this incredible metaphor for human potential and, the dangerous but thrilling path of what it means to become something more. So, let's get right into it.
And this one sentence is the key to the whole thing. It frames the entire journey we're about to explore. We're going to figure out exactly what it means to be this rope, to be stretched between where we come from and our ultimate potential, all while dangling over a massive void.
So, our journey kicks off at a really strange moment, right at the edge of a victory. Our main figure, the initiate, has just clawed his way through one massive struggle, only to be thrown immediately, without any warning, into something completely new. It's a shocking transition from a fight he knew to a terror he can't even comprehend.
I mean, just try to picture this. The initiate has just fought his way through what the text calls the hostile density of this forest, a place filled with old, crushing rules. But he doesn't find relief or some sunny clearing on the other side. Nope, the ground just ends. It completely vanishes, replaced by this terrifying, infinite abyss.
And the only way to move forward, it's this razor-thin walkway of jagged stone. See, this isn't a battle of endurance anymore. This is a whole new game. This is a path that demands incredible balance, absolute focus, a totally different kind of strength. This is now the path of the rope dancer.
Okay, so let's break this down, because this is so important. Look at the contrast between these two trials. The forest was all about hostile density and external pressure. It was the world screaming at you, "Thou shalt." But the abyss? It's a terrifying void. The entire challenge shifts inward to internal balance, where the only voice that can save you is your own, declaring, "I will."
So, from this incredibly dangerous new path, the initiate, he looks down. And what he sees isn't hellfire or chaos. No, it's something way, way more chilling. The perfectly ordered, safe world he just barely managed to escape.
And this system, it actually has a name, the Maleficracy. Think of it as this cold, churning machine of a civilization that is just obsessed with safety, with comfort, with predictability. It's a world engineered to get rid of all risk, to box up chaos, and to decide your path for you.
And who lives down there in this machine? Well, they're called the Last Men. Their cities are these small, square boxes of logic. They live in a silvered glass kingdom, and all they want is warmth and comfort. They're absolutely terrified of the heights, of the risk, of the very idea of walking a rope. They're totally, completely trapped by that old familiar voice of, "Thou shalt."
You see, this is what makes the stakes so unbelievably high. If you fall from that rope, it isn't just about dying, it's about being absorbed, about losing your very self and becoming just another faceless cog in that giant machinery of safety. It's the ultimate loss of individuality.
And this is where we get to the real philosophical heart of the whole journey. The initiate isn't up against a monster or some army. No, he's in a dialogue with the abyss itself.
And that's the real question here, isn't it? I mean, the forest, you could push back against it, you could fight it, you could endure it. But a void? It doesn't push back. It just is. How in the world do you confront something that's defined by its own nothingness?
Well, the text calls this a Fichtean dialogue. It's basically a confrontation with what some philosophers call the not I. That's the objective, external reality that exists totally separate from you. And this abyss, it's the ultimate not I. It doesn't care one bit about the initiate's struggle. In fact, its power comes from its total indifference.
You can almost hear it, can't you? This abyss has a voice. It's a whisper that says, "I am the void. You are fragile. I am eternal." It's not really an attack. It's just a statement of fact. And it's designed to crush your spirit, to remind you just how small and insignificant you are in the face of infinity.
And this just brilliantly nails the shift in what's dangerous here. Back in the forest, the spirit of gravity was always trying to crush him. But here, the terror comes from the complete opposite, the lack of any ground, that dizzying vertigo of absolute freedom where every single step has to be created out of thin air.
And it's right here, suspended over absolute nothingness, that the initiate has his most profound realization. This, right here, is the turning point of the entire story.
He finally understands his purpose. He isn't the destination. He is a bridge.
He's the transition, that taut line stretched between the beast, that mindless, comfortable existence of the last men down below, and the overman, the potential for a new kind of being waiting on the other side.
The sheer life-or-death physical danger of being on that rope forces a total unification of his mind, his body, and his spirit. There's just no room for doubt or second-guessing. Hesitation means you fall. Every single part of him has to be laser-focused on the single act of crossing.
And this is his triumphant answer to the Void's whisper. He asserts what the text calls the absolute I. He basically declares, I'm not looking down to you for validation or pity. My gaze is fixed forward on creating the destination, on making the other side real through my own will.
Wow, and this leads to the ultimate insight, right? The abyss isn't some mistake in the world's design. It's necessary. It's not a bug. It's a feature. Without the incredible risk of the fall, there can be no real ascent. The danger is exactly what gives the journey its meaning.
So this is where he exists now, suspended perfectly in the present moment. Behind him is the it was of the forest, and all its old rules. Ahead of him is the I will of his own unwritten potential. But right now, his entire existence is this one thing, the trembling tension of the crossing. Which brings us right back around, full circle to where we started. But now, that sentence isn't just a clever phrase, it's completely filled with the weight and meaning of this entire perilous journey. Greatness isn't some final state you arrive at, it's the very act of being the transition. And that's really the question this whole journey leaves us with. Is it possible that true greatness isn't found in the safety of reaching the destination, but in the dangerous, trembling, and beautiful act of the crossing itself? In that simple but profound act of becoming?